Hi, welcome to the Corbettmaths video solutions to the order numbers practice questions. In this video, we're going to go through the video solutions to the practice questions. But if you do want the video tutorials, if you go to corbettmaths.com/contents and watch videos 208 and 221, they will help, or scan the QR code. Okay, let's get started. So question 1 says, order the following numbers in order of size, start with the smallest number. So that's very important you know which one you're starting with, so the smallest number. And the numbers we've got are 172, 217, 72, 198 and 273. So the smallest number is 72. So we've done that one. Next, so we're going to be dealing with the 100, so it's not going to be the 200. So we've got 172 and 198. So 172 is the next smallest. Then 198. So we've done the numbers in the 100s. Now the numbers in the 200s. So we've got a choice of 217 or 273. So 217, it's smaller, it's only got a 1 in the tens column, so 217. And then finally, 273 is the largest. And that's it. So we've arranged those numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest number. Okay, let's have a look at question 2. So question 2 says, write the following numbers in order of size, starting with the largest number. So this time we're starting with the largest. So the largest number was going to be in the 400s. So we've got 462 or 458. So 462 has got a 6 in the tens column, so it's larger. So it's going to be 462 is the largest. Then 458 is the next largest. So we've done the 400s. Now looking at the 300s, we've only got one number in the 300s, so that's going to be 386. Then the numbers in the 200s, we've got 223 or 224. So the next biggest would be 224 because it's got a 4 in the ones column, as opposed to 223, which only has a 3 in the ones column. So 223 would be the smallest, and that's it. Okay, so we've arranged those numbers in order of size, starting with the largest. Okay, question 3. So question 3 says, below are the heights of some hills. So we've got Altmore, which is 538 metres, Heathmount, which is 551 metres, Slemish, which is 499 metres, Donard, which is 542 metres, and Clayhill, which is 517 metres. We've been asked to list the hills in order of size, starting with the smallest. So if we have a look at the hills, the smallest one will be Slemish because it's only 400 and something metres, 499 metres. All the others in the 500s. So Slemish would be the smallest, and we've been asked to list the hills. So let's write its name, Slemish, not the height of it. Next, the next smallest then would be what's going to be in the 500s. So we've got 517, 542, 551, and 538. And the number there with the smallest number in the tens column will be the Clayhill with 517. So Clayhill will be the next smallest, Clayhill. So we've done Slemish and Clayhill. The next smallest, well, we've got 542, 551, and 538. So that's going to be the next smallest. So 538, which is Altmore. The next smallest, well, we've got 542 and 551, so 551 is the biggest, so the next smallest will be Donard, so Donard. And the biggest one, which is 551 metres tall, is Heathmount. And that's it. So the question asks us to list the hills in order of size, starting with the smallest, so that's what we've done. Okay, question 4. So question 4 says, put these numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest. So we've got 9,303, 8,481, 8,999, 999, well that's less than 1,000, and we've got 1,011. So the smallest number will be 999. So we've done that one. Now we've got 9,000 and something, 8,000 something, 8,000 and something, and 1,000 and something. So the 1,001 will be the next smallest, so 1,011. Now we've got 3 numbers left. Well, it's going to be the 8,000s next. So we've got 8,481 or 8,999. So it's going to be 8,481, then 8,999, and the biggest number will be 9,303. And that's it. So we've arranged the numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest. Okay, let's have a look at question 5. So question 5, we've got televisions, LC, Edge, Supersonic, Deco and Tree, and we've got their prices, £675, £499, £1,219, £455 and £298. And we've been asked to write down the televisions in order of price, starting with the cheapest television. So let's look for the cheapest television. So the cheapest television will be a Tree television, which is only £298. So £298. So we've done that one. Next, well, we've got 455 and 499. So 455 is the next cheapest one. So that's Deco. Then we've got the 499 one, which is an Edge TV. Then we've got our LC TV, which is which is £675. And finally, we've got our supersonic TV, which is £1,219. So supersonic. Okay, part B. Okay, let's have a look at our next question. So our next question says, Oscar says that a supersonic TV, which costs £1,219, is more than 5 times the price of a tree TV, which costs £298. And we've been asked to show that Oscar is wrong. So Oscar's saying that the supersonic TV is more than 5 times the price of the tree TV. So we can show this in a few different ways. One way would be to take the tree TV, the £298, and multiply that by 5. And if we do that, we'll see what 5 times the price of the tree TV is. So that would be £1,490. So if the supersonic TV is to cost more than 5 times the price, it would have to cost more than £1,490, but it doesn't. It's actually less than that. Out of interest, let's see what 4 times the price is. If we had £298 and we multiply that by 4, we would get, well, 298 multiplied by 4 is equal to £1,192. That's actually much closer. That's actually just under what the price of the supersonic TV is. So the supersonic TV actually costs just more than 4 times the price, not more than 5 times the price. So sure, Oscar is wrong. So that's it. So I've written the supersonic TV costs much less than 5 times the price, which is £1,490. And that's it. Okay, let's have a look at our next question. So question 6. So question 6 says the table below shows the average attendance for 5 football teams last season. So we've got the average attendance. So Wanderers, maybe Wolverhampton perhaps, their average attendance is 31,360. Albion, West Bromwich perhaps, 30,356. We've got the Blues, which has an average attendance of 39,150. City, which has an average attendance of 32,061. And the Saints, which have an average attendance of 30,019. And we've been asked to write down the teams in order of attendance size, starting with the highest. So the highest attendance, well, they've all got 30-something thousand, so we need to look at the thousands. So we've got 39,000. So the Blues have got the highest average attendance. Next, that's 39,000. Now 32,000, so it's then going to be City. Next, 31,000 is Wanderers. Then we've got, well, now we've got 30,000 and 30,000, so we now need to look in the hundreds. So Albion have 30,300 and something, whereas the Saints only have 30,019, so it doesn't have any numbers in the hundreds column. So Albion will be the next highest attendance, and the lowest average attendance out of these 5 teams would be the Saints. And that's it. Okay, part B. This is a calculator question, and part B says work out the difference between City's and Albion's average attendance. So City's average attendance was 32,061 and Albion's average attendance was 30,356. We've been asked to work out the difference. That's what we get when we take them away from each other. We're going to do 32,061 take away 30,356. And when we do that, we get 1,705. And that's it. We could have lined them up and used the column method, but because it was a calculator question, I've just done it on my calculator. Okay, question 7 says to write the correct sign, the greater than or less than sign in each box. So 409 and 407. Well, 409 is bigger than 407, so we'll write in the greater than sign. 409 is greater than 407. Okay, now we've got 700 plus 400, that's 1,100. And we've got 2,000 take away 800, that's 1,200. And 1,200 is bigger than 1,100, so we're going to put the sign that way. So it's 1,100 is less than 1,200. And finally, we've got 15 times 7, so 15 multiplied by 7. 7 times 5 is 35. Put this 5 down, carry the 3. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10. So that's 105. 10 squared is 10 times 10, so 10 times 10 is equal to 100. So that's going to be 100. And 105 is bigger than 100, so that means that it will be that way around. So 15 multiplied by 7 is bigger than 10 squared. 105 is bigger than 100. And that's it. Okay, question 8. Okay, so we've now got some negative numbers, and we've been asked to write the numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest number. So whenever we look at our numbers, we're going to look at the lowest number, so that's going to be negative 7. So negative 7 is the lowest, or the smallest one. Then negative 3. So we've done our negative numbers. Then we've got 4, and then we've got 8, and then we've got 10. So we've arranged our numbers in order of size, starting with the lowest, so that's negative 7, negative 3, 4, 8, and 10. Okay, question number 9. Question 9 says write the numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest number. So the smallest number here, if we look at it, well, the lowest one is negative 14, so it's going to be negative 14. Then if we're going up, it would then be negative 6, And then if we keep going up, we get to -1. So we've done the negative numbers. Now the positive numbers, that's going to be 4, 7, 11. So 4, 7, and 11. So that's the numbers arranged in order of size, starting with the smallest number all the way up to the biggest number. Okay, question number 10. Question 10 says, shown below the temperatures recorded over 4 days. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We've got their temperatures recorded in those days, which is -3 degrees Celsius, -1 degree Celsius, -6 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius. And the question says, on which day was the lowest temperature recorded? So the lowest temperature is -6, so that would be Wednesday. That's the day that it was recorded. And part B says, arrange the temperatures in order, starting with the lowest. So the lowest temperature would be -6 degrees Celsius. Then we've got -3 degrees Celsius. Then we've got -1 degree Celsius. And then finally, the highest temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, question 11. So question 11 says, write these numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest number. So the smallest number, we've got positive and negative. So let's start off with the lowest one. So the lowest one's going to be -7. Then -5. Then -4. So they're the negative numbers. Then we've got 2 and 9. So 2 and 9. Okay, question 12. Question 12 says, write these numbers in order of size, starting with the largest number. So the largest number, we've got 38, we've got -84, 56, -43, and 15. So the largest number, that's going to be 56. Then we've got 38, and then we've got 15. So we've done the positive numbers. Now the negative numbers, well, we'll go to 0, and then we'll go on a bit further and we'll get to -43, and then if we keep going, we'll go down all the way down to -84. And that's it. So we've arranged the numbers in order of size, starting with the largest. So question 13 says, a table shows the points scored in a competition. It's quite a lot of points, so it's not rugby. And we've got Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and England. And we've got the points. So Ireland received 9,223 points. Wales received 8,029 points, Scotland received 9,301 points, and England received 8,803 points. And we've been asked to put the points scored in order, starting with the lowest. So we'll start with the 8,000, so we've got 8,129, and we've got 8,800, so Wales is going to be the lowest one, and the lowest number of points then will be 8,029. The next lowest number of points is 8,803. Now we're into the 9,000s. We've got 9,200 and 9,300. So 9,200 is smaller, and the largest is 9,301. Okay, our next question says, work out the difference in points scored between the highest and the smallest. So the highest is 9,301, and the smallest is 8,029. We're going to take those away from each other, and this is a non-calculator question, so we need to do this using the column method. So 1 take away 9, well, we're going to need to borrow. We can't borrow from the 0, so let's borrow from the 3, call that a 2, and make that a 10. We now need to borrow again, so that's now a 9 and an 11. 11 take away 9 is 2. 9 take away 2 is 7. 2 take away 0 is 2, and 9 take away 8 is 1. So the difference in points scored between the highest and the lowest is 1,272. And that's it. Okay, our next question. Our next question asks us to write these numbers in order of size, starting with the largest number. So we've got 348, 79, 384, 403, that's going to be the biggest, and 198. So 403 is the largest, it's 400 and something. Now if we look at the 300s, we've got 340 something and 380 something. So the 8's the largest, so 384, and then 348. So we've done the 400s and the 300s. Now we've got 198, and finally we've got 79. That's it. So we've arranged all the numbers in order of size, starting with the largest. Okay, now we've got some negative numbers. We've got 9, -5, 1, -13, and 12. And we're going to arrange these numbers in order of size, starting with the largest. So the largest number here would be 12, then 9 and 1. So then 9 and 1. So we've arranged the positive numbers in order. Now we'll go to 0, and then we'll keep on going. So then we'll get to -5. And the most negative number, or the lowest number, will be -13. And that's it. We've arranged the numbers in order of size, starting with the largest number. Okay, next. So question 15, we've got our inequality signs again, the bigger than symbol and the less than symbol, and we've got 15 and the -20. Now 15 is greater than -20, so we'll put the greater than symbol that way. So 15 is greater than -20. So we've got -6 now, and we've got -7. Now -6 is greater than -7 because it's closer to 0. So -6 is greater than -7. And then we've got negative 32 and negative 19. Now negative 19 is closer to 0 than negative 32, so negative 19 is greater than negative 32. So we would write it as negative 32 is less than negative 19. And that's it. Okay, question 16. Question 16 says, write these numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest number. So we've got 18,123, 18,000, 18,000, 18,000, 18,000, great, 18,200, 18,032, 18,103, and 18,013. So we're starting with the smallest number, so that's going to be 18,000 and no hundred, so it's going to either be 18,032 or 18,013. Well, 18,013 is going to be smaller than 18,032, so 18,013, and then 18,032. That's the smallest two numbers. Then we've got our 18,100, so we've got a choice of either 18,123 or 18,103. So 18,103 is smaller than 18,123, so those will be our next two. And the largest number with them will be 18,200. And that's it. Okay, our next question says, here are the populations of 5 countries in 2022. So we've got Chad with a population of 18,818,391, Ecuador with a population of 18,093,516, Guatemala with a population of 17,109,746, the Netherlands with a population of 17,758,910, and Senegal with a population of 17,223,497. We've been asked to arrange the countries in order of population, starting with the smallest. So the smallest population is Chad of 16 million and something, so it's Chad. Now we're into the 17 million, so it's going to be either Guatemala, Netherlands, or Senegal. Ecuador's obviously got the largest population. So then the next smallest will be, well, we've got 17,100,000 and something thousand, 17,700,000 and something thousand, and 17,200,000 and something thousand. So it's going to go Guatemala, then Senegal, then Netherlands. So we've got Guatemala, Senegal, and the Netherlands. And finally, our largest population was Ecuador. And so we've arranged the populations in order of size, starting with the smallest. Okay, question 17b says, the population of South Korea was 51,638,809. And Daisy says the population of South Korea is greater than the populations of Chad, Guatemala, and Netherlands combined. Is Daisy correct? Explain your answer. So we're going to need to add together the populations of Chad, Guatemala, and the Netherlands. So let's go up to our table, and we're going to add the populations of Chad, Guatemala, and the Netherlands. So we're going to add those populations together, and the fantastic thing here is it's a calculator question, so let's add them together on our calculator. And when we add those numbers together, we get 51,687,047. And we now need to see if that's bigger or smaller than the population of South Korea. So Daisy said the population of South Korea, this 51,638,809, is greater than the population combined of Chad, Guatemala, and the Netherlands. So if we compare these numbers, we've got 51 million. Yeah, they both got 51 million. They both got 600,000. Now, our combined population then says 87,000, where this is 38,000. So that actually means that the population of Chad, Guatemala, and Netherlands combined is actually greater than the population of South Korea, because this number is greater than that number. So that means that Daisy's wrong. So is Daisy correct? No. And I've just explained, no, the population of Chad, Guatemala, and the Netherlands combined is greater than South Korea, Korea's. And there's our numbers just showing that their population is greater than the population of South Korea. Okay, our next question, our last question. So our last question, we've been asked to arrange these numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest. So we've got 1 billion, so that is 1 followed by some zeros. So 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. 10 million, 100 million, a billion. So let's see a 1 followed by, should be 9 zeros. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3. So that's 1 billion. So 500,000 or 500,000 is 500,000, which is 500,000. 610,000, so that's 610,000. 97,000, so that's 97,000. And finally 2 million, which is a 2 followed by 6 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll put our commas in. So we've been asked to put these numbers in order. So as you can see, 97,000 is the smallest. So let's write that out, 90. The next smallest would be, well, we've done that one, is 500,000 or 500,000. So 500,000. The next smallest would be 610,000. So 610,000. 100,000. The next biggest would be 2 million, and the biggest is a billion. So let's write those down. So 2 million and a billion. And that's it. So in this video, we've looked at the video solutions to the order and numbers practice questions. You can find more help on Corbettmaths on these topics if you need to. There's video tutorials, and they can be found under videos 208 and videos 221 on Corbettmaths.com. I really hope you found it useful. Please like this video, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and thanks very much. Cheers.